Hey guys, Harsh here, back in video. So in this video, as you can see, I have another model collection for you guys today, and this time I have the Burago Formula 1 model collection that I have, which consists of 13 cars by the end of 2023. And I just wanted to do a yearly model review from now on so that I can see my progress throughout the years while I collect these models. So basically in this video, I'll be going over all of the models that I have from Burago, which mostly are in, or all of them are in 1:43 scale. This is a bit bigger scale, as you can see, compared to the 1:64, and a bit smaller than the standard 1:18. 1:18 I think would be like size of two of these models, or maybe larger than that. So without wasting time, let's get started. Now starting off with the first model, I have the Sebastian Vettel Ferrari over here. This is the SF71, I believe. Let me just check at the back. Oh yeah, so it is the Ferrari SF71H. This was, I think, for the 2018 season, I believe, and this was the very first car that I actually bought, and from here onwards I fell into a very deep hole, as you can see. So I have reviewed this car on my channel before. You can see the front wing over here for the 2018 season. It was quite complicated, and from then onwards it was a lot simpler, as you can see on the Mercedes over here. This was a very nice model, although these three models that I have in front of me didn't come with the acrylic case. They were just in a simple cardboard box, and once I realized that you can actually buy them with the driver's helmet and the acrylic case, so I started purchasing those models. So this was a very good model to have. Also, you can see the amount of detail missing is quite huge on this one, because of it was a 2018 model, so you can expect some bit less quality in terms of detail. The 2023-2022 versions are quite good, I must say, but it is nice to see how the old models were detailed in terms of the barge board area. You can see there is absolutely zero detail going on, but still it was a nice model to have because it was the only model that I can afford at that time. So there's that. Now we have another 2018 car. It is the Red Bull RB14, I think it is. Also in the 1:43 scale, you can see it is for Max Verstappen, number 33 over here. This is, I think, one of the worst looking Red Bulls I have so far because of how the design is on the Red Bull over here. It kind of looks a bit fat, I must say. You can see how streamlined the Ferrari is over here, but if you look at the Red Bull, the design is just not that great. But still, it was a very nice car to have at that time. For some reason over here, the barge board area, I think, is a lot more detailed than the Ferrari version. Not sure the reason why, but still the quality wasn't that great. But at the price range, this was a pretty good model to have. It is quite strong as well, so you can play it as a toy if you want. It has a very nice free rolling chassis, so it can roll on very easily. Back then it was sponsored by Aston Martin, so you can see we have the Aston Martin logo at the back wing and also at the front over here, as you can see. And then again, the front wing is quite heavily detailed on this one because of the regulation back in 2018. And as you can see, the suspension is quite badly detailed on this particular version. Fortunately, they have now fixed that, so that's quite nice. Now moving to the year 2019, we have these Mercedes over here, number 44 by Lewis Hamilton. This is the W10, I think. It is not actually written at the bottom over here, but I checked the livery and it checks out. So this particular version ran in the 2019 Formula 1 season, of which Lewis Hamilton obviously won. And you can see this pattern over here that slightly goes from black to the silver finish. It looks very nice on the car. If you get the more detailed models, you can see how good the print quality is on those, but still Burago has done a quite solid job over here, I must say. It is also the car without the acrylic case and the driver's helmet inside, but the barge board area, as you can see here, is much more detailed in terms of the previous year models. Suspension is okay-ish detailed, could have been more, but still looks very nice comparing the price of this particular model. The major difference over here is the front wing. You can see how simpler the front wing is compared to the last year's car, basically making the car a lot more streamlined, and that streamline is 10 times better in the later version as well. At the back, you can see we have the exhaust system and the brake light. As always, Burago has not even tried to improve this area yet, but for the 22 and the 23 season, they have at least put a hole in the exhaust, which looks very nice. Right now it is just a stud. Also, you can see the T-wing over here. These are removed for the later seasons, but for the previous year version, when the T-wing was there, it was there on the car as well, so that is quite nice. This is the only car that I have for the 2019 season, and that's about it. And that is the same case with the 2020 season. I have this Ferrari SF1000 to celebrate their 1000th GP at the Tuscan Grand Prix. So they ran this very nice burgundy red, I think this color is called, livery on their car. It is from Charles Leclerc, as you can see, number 16 over here. Now this car comes with the driver's helmet and the acrylic case. All the acrylic case are on the boxes back there that you see. I have removed them just so you can take a closer look at the car itself. Here the car is much more detailed, I must say. The barge board area, as you can see on this car, is very nicely detailed. 2020 was a pretty bad year for Ferrari, I must say, but for this particular race they had a pretty solid race for that particular season. And one more thing that you have noticed is that all of the cars that I have showed you so far are all on medium compound tire. That actually changed for the 2022 season, which I'll be showing you next. You can see the T-cam is over here is also painted yellow, depicting that Charles Leclerc at the time was a second driver for Ferrari, not the first one. For the 2021 season, I have two models. One is this awesome Red Bull white livery design for the Turkish Grand Prix. This was, I think, to celebrate their partnership with Honda, but unfortunately they were actually going to run this in Japan, I believe, but that year Japan was cancelled due to the coronavirus, so they had to unfortunately run that in the Tuscan Grand Prix. But I am glad that they did that, because by far this is one of the best looking Red Bull liveries I have seen so far, except for the Silverstone shakedown liveries, and to get that in a model is also quite nice. Mini GT has also announced this model, so hopefully I will be getting that with the intermediate tires with the treads in them, not these medium compound tire, because like in the actual race they ran the full race I believe on intermediates, not on like slick tire. You can see how good the detailing is on this particular car, and the color scheme looks very good. And also for this only time, Burago has gone for this like very solid base over here. You can see like it is a section of a track and it is slightly banged, you can see on one side, so you can get a nice look at the car even if it's like placed in a flat surface. This one comes with the driver's helmet, as it comes with the acrylic case. You can see we have Max Verstappen iconic white helmet, and that is a quite nicely detailed helmet, I must say. Still don't know how they were able to like print on a round headed surface, so props to those guys. And another 2021 model that I have is the Mercedes W12. This is from Valtteri Bottas, number 77, as you can see, and this is one of the best looking cars I have seen in Formula 1 so far, because like how the black, red and the like neon stripes, it is a tail color but I will call it like a neon color, looks good on the car. They ran this for the 2020 season as well, but I wasn't able to find those cars. I was able to find the 2021, so I bought that. And you can see like how the AMG logo, the Ineos red logo, really complements the black livery on this car. I was trying to get all the drivers in, so first up I got the Lewis Hamilton one, so I thought like why buy another one when you can get the 77 version, although I forgot that I had to buy the Alfa Romeo version, which I will show you later. So this is the last time you will see these types of car, because the 2021 seasons after that the regulations changed heavily, which changed the whole design of the cars. So I wasn't actually a fan of those cars. I am still thinking like this was the last best car in terms of design that Formula 1 had. So that's just a personal opinion. Now for the 22 season, Burago has I think gone all out in their marketing strategy and whatnot, because they have total produced 6 models, 2 from the same team and added 2 different teams as well, which was the Alfa Romeo. Over here as you can see, this Alfa Romeo I mean looks the best in my opinion in terms of like livery and stuff. And you can also see that finally Burago has included other tire compound as well. This time around they had the hard compound tires with white wall, and this was like the best choice that they could have done apart from soft tire, because like medium tires wouldn't look good on this car. The white and the red tire would look best with this sort of livery that this car has. So this was the Alfa Romeo C42, and from here the Burago quality has really improved. You can see how detailed the front suspension over here is, also the back suspension, and you can see the exhaust pipe is also a lot more detailed now. And from here onwards like the quality is solidly improved. You can also see like the inside of the tire has the tire compound printed on it. This was actually missing till the 21 season. You can see in 2019 it was missing, in 2018 it was missing, also on the 20 season and the 21 season. So to see this, I mean it was like a cherry on top, because getting these sort of midfield teams you only have the options for mini champs or Sparks model, but since now Burago is producing this both in the acrylic case version and without the acrylic case version, it is a quite more affordable now. Apart from this, they also added McLaren as a new team as well, and this was the car that in which you will get the soft compound tire with the red wall, as you can see. And you may have noticed that the McLaren over here is missing some logos, and that is because of the company or the nature of the company. I believe you cannot like put those stickers onto like models or something like that, so that is why it is a quite bit empty. And as you can see on the front wing, the side of the winglets and the side pod cover over here, as you can see, so it is quite a bit disappointing to see that, but I am thankful enough that I was able to get a McLaren in the 1:43 scale at such a low price. Although they could have done a tarmac work system over here in which like they sent the decals separately, which we can paste on ourselves to make the car look a bit more realistic, but still a very nice model to have. And after that we had our standard 3 models, which were Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull. The Mercedes one, as you can see, also come with a hard compound tire. The bargeboard area is now a lot simpler, so this model I must say is a lot more detailed now. It also has like the standard stuff quality going on and the improvements that I have talked about earlier for the 22 season, so there is that. This is from Lewis Hamilton, obviously, number 44. And this time around they have like redesigned their whole car. As you can see, it is without the side pods. So this really didn't work out for Mercedes, but it was a very nice concept to have on the car. Let me just grab another car to show you like how different the body design is. You can see how wide the Ferrari is over here as compared to the Mercedes without the side pods. So this was a very nice ingenuity in Formula 1, but sadly that didn't work out. And since I have the Ferrari in hand, let me just walk you through it. So this was like the standard Ferrari model. There is like standard 2022 detailing going on. This time around for the Ferrari they had the medium compound tire, but I have actually swapped those tires for the Alfa Romeo version, and the hard compound tires on this Ferrari just looks absolutely sick in my opinion. So that is the beauty of it. If you like collect all the models, then you can like switch and swap around tires to fit your best needs. You can always like keep one side of the tire in the original position and keep the others two for your display. So that let's say I have an Alfa Romeo in which I need the white wall tire, and I can just swap these two around, put them on here, remove these mediums and put them on there. So if I were to like display them both in like this position, both of them would have the hard compound tire, but still it is a quite good model. You can see like how nicely detailed it is, although there is a quite a bit of lack of sponsors in my opinion, I believe. And then we have another Ferrari from the same season, which is their special Monza edition livery. If you look at it over here, it is also from Leclerc. Sadly I wasn't able to find it in a Sainz version, otherwise I would have gotten that. So in this special Monza edition livery, you can see we get a bit more yellow on the car, and this time around the medium compound tire fits very well on this car. You can see we have yellow accents going on the front wing. The lettering is also a bit different. Back wing you can see, and the back wing now has the Ferrari branding on it, and this whole engine cover that you see is covered in yellow paint and has the names of all the people that helped to build this car. This was to celebrate their I think 75 years, but they are so small that you won't be able to see any of them. That is quite okay. All in all, a very nice model to have. I have the separate reviews for all of them in my description box below, so if you are interested in any one of them, you can check the video out. And then finally the last model for the 22 season, we have the red. If you see the Red Bull over here, then you will like feel how empty the other cars are. It is absolutely blasted with sponsors all over the car, and this is by far one of the best looking cars that I have seen for the 22 season. The design philosophy on this car is quite good. I very much like it. And this is the Red Bull RB18, and this time around there is no Aston Martin sponsoring because of like Aston Martin had their separate green car now, so it would have been nice to get that one as well, but still it is what it is. It is the number one from Max Verstappen, as you can see, with the white helmet again. And I also had this particular model in the Mini GT version as well, in the smaller 1/64 scale, and I did actually compare both of them. So if you want to check that comparison video out, I will just link it in the description box below also, so you will get an idea how like the smaller scale version is compared to the larger version, although the Burago one is quite a bit expensive than the Mini GT version, I must say that. The next thing I could say like Burago could improve is the brake light. So as you can see, they have fixed the exhaust. Now the only thing left is for the brake light, which is just a simple stud now, but for their 23 season they haven't actually done that, and I only have one car for the 23 version because usually Burago is quite a bit late in their model releases. Is this Ferrari over here. This Ferrari even I actually got a little early than expected, which is quite nice. You can see it has a lot more black now as compared to the previous version. Let me just grab it. You can see how different the livery is on this car from both the sides, as you can see, and the color is also a bit different over here. You can see this one is a little bit brighter red and this one is a darker maroon red color, and in my opinion the 23 car looks very sick with the black accents onto the car rather than the whole red finish. And if you look at the number over here, it is from number 55, which is for color signs. The T-cam over here is painted yellow as it should be. Quite nice to see that. And this model is also very nicely detailed. There isn't like much improvements going on in terms of the quality. It is the same as the 22 version, so nothing too special going on over here. But for this year I think they have released another manufacturer, which is the Alpine F1 team, so you will be getting the Alpine F1 team Formula 1 car as well this time around. So that would be total of 6 teams out of 4. And in the coming years, I think once we reach the year 26, I think all of the cars on the grid will be provided by Burago, which is obviously very nice to anticipate, but we will see what happens next. I was actually able to get the RB19 as well, but as you know, the Red Bull only copy pasted their livery for the 22 and the 23 season. It is basically the same car, the RB18 and the RB19. So I won't be getting that because that is just a waste of money in my opinion. You can actually get the RB18 RB18 two times and not tell the difference a bit. Maybe like rethink your decision of buying the RB19 would be a good idea. So that is guys my Burago Formula 1 model collection in the 1:43 scale, and hopefully I will be able to make another video next year with a lot more models in my collection. So as always, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I was able to showcase my model in a perfect way for you guys to understand, and again all the reviews are listed in the description box below. You can check those videos out. So as always, I will catch you all in the next one.